Israel Gaza Iran War News Live Update. Intelligence head claims Iran incites US Gaza war protests to incite anger and suspicion. On Tuesday, the senior American intelligence officer claimed that the Iranian government was trying to incite anger before the upcoming fall election by clandestinely supporting university demonstrations in the United States against Israel's conflict in Gaza. National Intelligence Director Avril Haines made the announcement after discovering that groups with ties to Tehran had used widely used American social media platforms to pose as activists, incite campus protests, and even provide financial backing to some protest organizations. With their foreign influence activities, Iran is trying to sow dissension and destroy faith in our democratic institutions, according to Haines. The senior American intelligence official has pointed to this latest effort as more proof that our enemies are using the internet to distort domestic discussions and increase political divisions in the run-up to the election ahead of efforts by foreign forces to take advantage of or co-opt their legitimate protest movements. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre emphasized the significance of warning Americans. Interfering in our politics and trying to sow discord is unacceptable, she told Iran, Russia, and China have all honed their skills in using social media bot networks and internet scripts to inflame contentious issues in the United States, including immigration, police shootings, COVID-19, environmental disasters, and even Chinese spy balloons. Protests against Israel's attacks on Gaza have recently surfaced on college campuses nationwide. Concerns about anti-Semitism, the involvement of foreign agitators, and a potential regional war between Iran and Israel were among the issues brought up by the demonstrations, which swiftly became an element in electoral campaigns. In the run-up to the 2024 election, more than just Iran wants to shape American discourse. Intelligence officials warned during a press conference on Tuesday that the United States' enemies will try to use cutting-edge AI to spread and replicate disinformation campaigns leading up to the election. Officials from various government agencies, including the FBI and the ODNI, spoke with reporters on the condition of anonymity, as per the guidelines established by the director's office. They stated the Kremlin is launching a government-wide operation to disseminate election disinformation in the lead-up to the 2024 race, so Russia is still the biggest concern. As a tactic to weaken international support for Ukraine, Russia has previously attempted to use discussions over immigration to further obfuscate its activities. Russia is trying to disseminate false material through American influencers and purportedly independent news outlets. When asked directly whether Russia had a preference for a certain presidential candidate, the officials avoided answering and instead made it clear that Russia's stance has not changed from previous election cycles, when the United States intelligence community concluded that Russia had tried to influence the election of Republican Donald Trump. China has been more careful this year when targeting Americans with disinformation, in contrast to its massive campaign before Taiwan's recent election. According to officials, China has not shown any signs of trying to influence the presidential contest, as said Tuesday. According to one Chinese official, the country doesn't see any use in picking between two candidates who are both perceived as seeking to limit China's influence.